In spite of everything that the Modi government is trying to do with the schemes that they have put out, there's been a lot of misinterpretation, or it's being misled by the opposition. So maybe let's probably look at the abrogation 370 case. What is it about that particular abrogation that is being misread by people, and how should we probably correct them if we can?
So this is something about which I have my heart in it. I don't speak anything unless I have my heart in it, as you would have seen. I want everybody to listen to me for 10 to 15 minutes and I will tear this apart. 370A was an article that was brought in by Jawaharlal Nehru, Sheikh Abdullah and Gopalaswamy Iyengar, who was a stooge of Jawaharlal Nehru, just to satisfy one family. When anything is done for one family, whether it is the Aquino family in Philippines or the Sheikh Abdullah family there or the Gandhi family in Delhi, this is what will happen. You know, Ambedkar objected and said you cannot give them they have their own constitution, their own flag, their own rules completely. 370A. The first man who objected to 370A, I want to tell the public an important thing, was a communist called, generally I'm against communism. This communist was called Hazrat Maulana Mohani. So why is it important? One fellow from Lucknow came and he said, no, you cannot give Kashmir special status, because he was not only just a Muslim, he was a Muslim who decided to come back from Punjab and stay in Lucknow at the time of partition. He was the great Maulana Hazrat Mohani who gave us the phrase called Inqilab Zindabad, yes, which Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev said and kissed the noose and hanged themselves, which Batukeshwar Dutt and Bhagat Singh shouted when they threw the bomb in Parliament. Even last year I went and saw that pillar in Parliament which was burnt in the place where they threw the bomb. That is Inqilab Zindabad, that is Hazrat Maulana Mohani, and I want to tell the public, Hazrat Mohani died penniless on the streets of Lucknow. As a true Muslim, as a true Indian, he said, do not give 370A, and they gave it just to satisfy Sheikh Abdullah. And then Ambedkar and Nehru added, this is a temporary clause. A temporary clause. Why should you not give 370A? That poor Kashmiri girl who at 8 is married to a 60-year-old who already has 3 wives in the name of the Sharia law that is practiced inside Kashmir and not applicable anywhere else. That is not equality. Our constitution talks about equality, fraternity and liberty. Where is the liberty for this child? The Kashmiri woman who marries somebody from Jammu or marries somebody from Delhi, and they tell her immediately, you can't inherit even one gold chain from your parents, leave everything and get out. You're thrown out because these are the laws of Kashmir. How can that be equality? When our great Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, I will tell you another story. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee objected against 370A. He objected and repeatedly wrote letters in 1950. He was a member of Nehru's cabinet. Nehru's cabinet. He resigned and said, I don't want to belong to a cabinet that treats one state different from the rest of the country. And he kept on writing letters against 370A. What did they do? He went to Kashmir to study, to talk to the local Hindus. What did they do? They arrested him. Just like they're putting this 153A and saying you're creating fighting between Hindus and Muslims. And they've arrested so many journalists and people writing in the social media in Tamil Nadu. I'm very sad to say. They arrested him and kept him in jail, and within a few days he died. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee was killed in a Kashmiri prison. Did one person own up for that? No. All this happened. And Shyama Prasad Mukherjee dreamed of a time when Kashmir would be part of India. In the constitution is written, only one article in the whole thick constitution is, this is temporary, will soon be discontinued. When will it be discontinued? There's a story said that when Sanishwaran came to Vinayakar, he said tomorrow, and Sanishwaran could not catch. Just like that, they're saying tomorrow, and it's not happening. And I'm very happy that our government, BJP government, got together and brought the dreams of Ambedkar, the dreams of Sardar Patel, the dreams of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee to happen. I will tell you one more thing. I want everybody to know about one slogan. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee walks to go against Article 370A, he goes into Kashmir. The local Kashmir people, they have a slogan. The slogan is, Ek Desh Mein, they're talking about Kashmir, Ek Desh Mein, Do Vidhan, in one country, two Vidhans means two constitutions. They don't want the Indian main constitution. They've already created their own constitution by Abdullah and group. Do Vidhan, do Pradhan. They don't want even Nehru as their prime minister. They want only Sheikh Abdullah. Although Nehru gave them 370A. Ek desh mein, don't think I'm saying ek gaon mein ek kisan raguta tha. Ek desh mein दो विधान, दो प्रधान और दो निशान नहीं चलेंगे. That no, दो निशान means our flag symbol and their flag symbol. They have their own flag. They were not even raising our Indian flag, so precious to all of us. You see the Indian flag, you feel like crying. They were not even raising the Indian flag. And 378 told us, guys, look, now you belong formally to India. Your women will be treated like all Indian women. You cannot ill-treat them. A Kashmiri can come and buy land in Irinjalakuda or in Puliyandopu. But somebody from Puliyandopu cannot go and buy land in Kashmir. Why? Because Sheikh Abdullah said 370A. What rubbish. 370A is not against Islam. 370A is against a divided India. Divide in Sanskrit is Khand. We don't want Samarkand, Pakistan, all that we don't want. We want Akhand Bharat. No division. We want Kashmir to be with us. They are our brothers. They are our sisters. I will not let my sister down. I will not let my Kashmiri sister down.
But they should also feel the same though.
Well, I believe that most of them feel the same, and even if they do not feel the same, will you just give it away? If somebody in Northeast says, give us our own land, somebody in Seaman is shouting, give me my own Tamil Nadu, I will give it off, then there will be no India. There will always be some people. What did Abraham Lincoln say so beautifully in 1863? He said, a house divided against itself cannot stand. And we have to follow the US presidents too. We cannot allow a few people who create problems. Look at the leftists. They created an anti-India corridor starting from West Bengal through Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh up to Katpadi, Jolarpet. And they used to have their own red flag there. I would request everybody to go and see the film Bastar. If you go and see the film Bastar, your blood will boil, your buttons will go and tears will come. That they used to kill people for raising the Indian tricolour. They used to kill people for the Triranga, saying you can only have the red flag. So, will we just take all of that and give it up? Okay, you go away. We cannot. One India, one nation. If you look at the American Constitution, the American Pledge of Allegiance, it says one nation under God. Americans are now okay. In Tamil or Indian also now it's wrong. How can that be? We cannot allow secession. This is the country that Bharatiyar fought for, Vau Chidambaram Pillai fought for, Veerapandi Kattabomman fought for, Bhagat Singh fought for. We are not allowing this to be split either in Tamil Nadu or in Northeast or in Kashmir. And I am so happy and proud that this 370A. Last point I will tell you, legal point, because I dabadified the constitution, as they say. Beautifully enacted. There is a clause called 367. That 367 basically allows you to bring amendments onto articles. So this article 370, what they've done is, first they've done an amendment to 371A, first clause. I don't have a book on these things, I have dabadified these things. And then they have said, in December 2018 itself, it came under President's rule. So when a place is under President's rule, it can be exercised. And the President has now decided, using clause 3 of 370, to disband 370A. Now immediately they put so many petitions against it, etc., saying, how can President's rule be imposed? Why? Not even once in the last 10 years of the BJP regime, not even once have they used Article 256 and imposed President's rule in any state. Whereas the Congress used it 90 plus times. Indira Gandhi herself has used it 50 plus times. So many times in Tamil Nadu, so many times in Karnataka. She used to just come in and say, Dama, government dismissed. This government has not done that. And they call it an authoritarian regime, Sarvadhigari. They have never used it. They have never killed, they have never created blasts, like thousands of blasts in the last 10 or 15 years of Congress rule until 2014. 2014 to 2024, one tiny blast in Karnataka and one tiny blast in Kolkata. Nothing else. And still they call it a peaceless authoritarian regime. All this is just jingoism. I believe that our people today are educated. Our people are reading. They know what is right, what is wrong. I always say in every speech, please go and check everything I say. Go and check that Article 367. Check that 370A. Check Hazrat Mohani. Check everything that happens so that our people are correctly informed, not a bunch of people spewing filth on the road, simply saying, Modi, go back, this go back. You asked about North-South divide.
Yes.
Again, in 1934, 1935, Mahatma Gandhi, I will finish with this.
Sure.
Mahatma Gandhi is coming to Tamil Nadu. Why? To collect funds. Why? For the Harijans. Why? Because in 1932, a Harijan called Abbasi Patwardhan, he applied for a job in a prison. What job did he apply for in a prison? Was it to be a surgeon? No. He applied for a job to manually clean the feces of the prisoners. Basically cleaning S-IT. And that job was denied to him because he was a Dalit. So he said, I'm a Gandhian, I will fast unto death. Hearing about this, Gandhiji also fasted until death. So Gandhiji took on a fast unto death, Abbasi Patwardhan. Quickly, the prison authorities relented and gave him the job. Then Gandhi realized that there's not enough money to look after. He called them the Harijans, we now call the Dalits. And so he came to Madras, then Madras presidency, for what? To raise funds. He raised huge amounts of funds for the Dalits. And when he came, what did E.V. Ramasamy and the so-called self-respect movement do? They put posters everywhere in Madras saying, go back Gandhi, you are bringing Brahmin nation to us, you are bringing Brahmin eventualities to us, you are bringing Manusmriti to us. 1934, 2024 or 2016, Modi ji came back, same thing, go back Modi, you are bringing Manusmriti to us. They have, I believe, you asked me, I'm coming back in the end to where we began. This is why I took the BJP, because as I read, I realized that some parties are just constructed out of a political narrative. There is no strength in them. I want to be with the strong. There is no direction in these parties. Just hate whoever is in power. I want to be with people with direction. There is no principle. There is no siddhant. There is no kolge, as they say. I want this principle. I want Akhanda Bharat. I want Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. I want everybody to be with me.
And that direction has to be logical and reasonable in favor of the country.
And the people. And you said that. And that, to be honest, I could only find that direction, that principle, that philosophy, that altruism in a party that espouses the very dharma which I was born into, the Hindu dharma. And that is why I'm with the BJP.
Thank you so much for your time, sir.